Oh my gosh, where are we at? Hi Facebook, how are we doing? Hi Instagram. Okay guys, I know we're late and I should apologize. Well, I don't know, maybe I should. As you can see, we're rocking the wet hair, don't care look today. And we're running late because I just had meetings with my amazing team starting at 8 and we're like finalizing all the details for Design Hacking Live, which, oh my gosh, is going to be, it's going, the innovation that is going into this event. You just haven't seen anything like it. So anyway, we were in flow, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, it's past 9. So I'm so sorry. But it's going to be amazing. If you haven't got your ticket yet, just go get your freaking ticket. DesignHackingLive.com. It's going to be amazing. Katie Richardson is speaking. Stephanie Dove Blake, who's pushed $1 million building her own agency. We have Lauren Golden, who just crossed the $1 million mark with her Free Mama movement. She's like a time freak. Cody Jefferson, Austin Dixon. It's going to be amazing, okay? Anyway, so that's what we got going on there. And where am I at here? No, we're good. We're good. Anyway, that's what's happening there. But the story I'm excited to tell today, this is when things really start getting juicy, okay? Because I've kind of teased this whole build up to the fact that I nearly faint on stage, which is entirely truthful. And this is kind of the genesis of where that begins, okay? So here's the story. I finished, well, at that point, I thought I had finished my slides. Who could have known that a day later I would be turning in another draft of them, unbeknownst to me. But I had finished my slides, I got my outfit, the jacket's in tow, everything's good, I'm packing up, okay? About to go. And there's just so much to get done. It's like, hey, you want to do like a cool special? So I'm like building out this like funnel for funnel hacking line. There's all the stuff that I have to do for my team beforehand, and we have joint ventures like this. Like we just finished 2 yesterday, which is like amazing, and doing all these partnerships. So there's like so much that we had to do before Funnel Hacking Live to be ready. So my flight leaves at like 4 in the morning, and my videographer, branding director Paul, if you guys didn't meet him, he's amazing. You'll meet him at Design Hacking Live. He and his wife come pick me up, and so our flight, we had to leave for the airport at 4 a.m. And I just ran out of hours. Like, I actually legitimately ran out of hours, so I just didn't go to bed. So it's like 3:45, and I'm like up, and I'm ready for the day, like hair and makeup, because I know I'm gonna see people, and I'm just like, okay. Anyway, and I'm so tired, and I've just been like pushing to get to this point, and I sit down literally here at this desk, and it's like 15 minutes before Paul and his wife get here to pick me up. And I like sat down for like the first time in a while, like just like sat. I was all packed and I was ready to go. And it was like in that moment, like all of a sudden it hit me. Like the bigness of what was happening just like hit me like a ton of bricks. And I don't know how else to explain it other than that. Just like the bigness of it. Like, oh my gosh, like the bigness in a good way where I couldn't process it that like this thing that I had wanted and like worked really hard for was like it was actually happening, and that like God was so good to make that happen, and that like I just like everything that had to fall on into place for me to be speaking at Funnel Hacking Live, I couldn't process it. So I start weeping. Like I'm weeping here at this desk, okay? But then the bigness of it as well, I think again for the first time hits me where I'm like, holy crap. Like I'm sharing the stage with Tony Robbins. Like I'm on a stage with Tony Robbins, and I am speaking at one of the biggest internet marketing conferences in the world, and like I'm being introduced by a man who's built $1 billion company, and I'm going to be in front of 5,000 people, and just like the pressure of that, like it just was overwhelming. And all of a sudden, and this is like, and I just have to say, like, this is not typically my jam, and so, which I think just made this even worse, but all of a sudden I am like spiraling. Like I'm in this like I just panic. Like, I'm like, everything's gonna go wrong. My slides are stupid. Nobody's ever done a speech like that before. Like, people are gonna think I'm dumb. Like, I shouldn't have tried to be innovative. People are gonna think that design hacking's stupid, and I'm gonna trip on stage, and like, I'm too young, and I don't know anything, and like, nobody's gonna like it. People are gonna say bad stuff about me, like, blah, 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 blah. And I just like, what happened to me? I like lost control. Like, I'm just like over here, and I'm in this like little like storm of crazy, right? Where I'm just like it's bad. And I'm just like, I'm panicking. Like, and I think all my like, you know, work that I had done and like I do with my coaches and like even leading up, I've been like very calm and like trying to take care of myself and like be chill, and like it was like the dam broke and like and I'm just like crazy person. I'm a crazy person. And I'm just like, everything's terrible. Blah, blah, blah. My outfit's stupid. Like, this is way too extra. Like, it's just like, what am I doing? Like, no, like, oh, like, why are you here? You shouldn't be on the stage. Blah, blah, blah. Crazy. I was a crazy person, okay? I'm weeping here. My videographer's like 10 minutes away from picking me up, okay? So I'm just like not doing well. And this is also like, I just can't tell you, like, this is not my jam. I'm usually chill lady. I mean, I'm a woman of passion, right? Like, I got a lot of energy all up in me, but like, I'm usually temperament-wise pretty chill. Like, things, I'm grateful. Things don't hit me as much. I can be pretty steady Eddie. And so for me to like is like, I was just like, oh my gosh. And so I'm like crying at this desk, and all of a sudden I have this moment that was truly inspired by God, and I know this. All of a sudden, as I'm like in this spiral of shame, I remember an experience that I had about 4 months prior when Paul, my branding director videographer, pitched this idea for our video to make for Design Hacking Live. Oh, I should pull it up, actually. Okay, listen, we're going to go longer than 9 minutes, and I don't even care because I'm going to play this video for you because it's so good. And I'm going to pull it up while I find this. Anyway, and so for the story arc for this video, he's like, I think we should show how like design hackers do things differently. Like we play the game different. And anyway, so he like pitches me on this idea for a story arc that basically like the climax of it is me jumping out of a plane skydiving. And I'm like, over my dead body, like, am I gonna jump out of a plane? That's like, I used to mock people I truly used to mock people that would go skydiving because I'm like, you're just an idiot. Like, you're actually dumb. Like, why would you willingly put your life at such risk? You're an idiot. Okay. But here's the thing. I'm a sucker for a good story. I'm a marketer, right? So he's like pitching this thing to me and I'm like, oh, it's so good. I'm like, it would be so awesome. And so he's like, think about it, but you should do it. And I'm like, oh, freak. Like, he's so right. So then I'm like, okay, so I literally text him, I'm like, Paul, I'll do it, but you have to book it. Like, you, like, book it and send me the bill, because if I book it, then I'll chicken out. So we book it. Anyway, so we're driving there, and, like, we ended up going in separate cars, because I had to leave somewhere after, and so we're driving there, and I'm feeling nervous. But as we're driving, I remembered, like, one time randomly, I had watched this video from Will Smith. I don't know if you guys have seen it, where he tells about his experience skydiving, okay? And in his experience skydiving, this is the story he tells. He's like, all my buddies, we were all together, and we're just, like, being stupid, and we, like, got drunk, and we're like, yeah, like, let's go skydiving. And they're like, yeah, let's go skydiving, like, blah, blah, blah. So they all decide they're going to go skydiving, and then he, like, gets up to his room, and he's like, what have we done? Like, why did we do that? And he's like, so the whole night, I'm trying to find this video. So the whole night, he's like, why? What have I done? This is going to be terrible. And he's like so scared, and he's just like not doing well. And, oh my gosh, he is just like literally not doing well. Okay, where is this video? Oh, it's okay. Maybe we'll have to leave it open loop for tomorrow. Anyway, and he's just like not doing well. And so he like shows up, and he hopes all of his friends are too drunk to remember, but of course they weren't. So then they drive there, and he's like, I'm just miserable. Like, I'm just so miserable. And I'm just like, he's like, I feel terrible. Everything's wrong. And I'm in the plane. He's like, I'm still miserable. Like, it's just so terrible. Guys, I really want this video. Okay, I'm going to focus on the story and then I'm going to look for it. Anyway, And he's like, so I'm in the plane, I'm about to jump, and I just am a mess. And I've just been like so full of anxiety for the last 48 hours, like leading up to this. Anyway, and he goes, I finally jump. And he's like, and by jump, like I got pushed out of the plane, right? And he's like, but I finally jump. And what happens is he goes, right when I jump, it was this moment where at the greatest, highest moment of fear was the greatest moment of joy. And he's like, and I am flying through the air. And again, I realized like this greatest moment of fear is when the most liberation came, when the most power came, when the most joy came. And he goes, I remember falling down out of the sky and remembering hating myself, just loathing myself that I had poisoned the experience because I chose to be nervous. I chose to be nervous for everything leading up to it. And I was just like, oh my gosh, that's so good. Like, that is just seriously so good. And he's like, that's when I decided, like, I played the game wrong. Like, I allowed myself to taint the entire experience. And so, fast forward, right, up to me. I'm in this, like, shame storm of, like, crazy, where, like, everybody's gonna hate me. Everything's gonna be bad. My stuff's stupid. This jacket's too extra. And I remember this experience. And so when I went skydiving, I just decided, I'm like, I'm gonna have the time of my life. And you wanna know what I did? I had the freaking time of my whole entire life. It was so fun. And, like, Paul can attest. Like, I actually literally had the best thing. Okay, Paul is the best. Okay, actually, Paul's watching my live. Okay, do you know where the video file is on Google Drive? Okay, Paul's the best. He's texting me the video of Design Hacking Live, which is why he's so cool watching this. Okay, anyway. So, so I'm like, I had the best time. And I just chose. I was like, I am just going to have a great time. So as I'm in this shame spiral, I remember this. I remember this experience. And like this, like, again, such a God moment where I was like, oh my gosh, like, I refuse to poison this experience. Like, all of a sudden I had this moment, Claire, I was like, this is actually the coolest thing that's ever happened in my professional life. Like speaking on this stage is actually one of the cooler things that's ever happened to me. And I refuse to taint it because this is actually where I want to be. Like, where else would I want to be? Of course I want to be speaking on this stage. Of course I want to be speaking about something I'm passionate about. Like, this is exactly what I want to be doing. And so, like, as, like 8 minutes into this, like, insanity, I just remember I just sat there and I had this moment of stillness and I knelt down and I said a prayer and I was like, God, I am going to choose to have the time of my freaking life because this is actually the time of my freaking life. And I am going to choose to not be nervous. I'm going to choose to not be insecure. I'm going to choose to not feel small. And I said, God, just help me that I can be the truest version of myself on that stage. And because I think I realized that way more important than what I said was who I was on that stage. And so, again, 8 minutes into this insanity, I remember this skydiving experience, and I was so grateful. I made this decision where I was like, I am not going to poison this. This will be the coolest thing of my whole entire life. And then 3 minutes later, my videographer and his wife showed up to take me to the airport. Anyway, so, okay, Paul can't find it either. Where is this dang video? Nobody knows. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do, okay? I'll just post this. Copy. I wonder if I could post in the comments. I'll post the Design Hacking Live video in the comments. You can see me skydiving. It's actually pretty dang good. But mostly what I, like, this experience, these 8 minutes of insanity for me, was the catalyst for some of the coolest experiences. Because I'm going to tell you what, there were a lot of things that went wrong and went crazy at Funnel Hacking Live that we're about to get into. And I think had I not had the wherewithal to be like, this is the coolest thing in my life, we're going to own this, nothing's wrong, we got this, everything's chill, I'm Kathryn Jones, we got this happening, oh, it would have been a disaster. And so the open loop I'm going to leave you with today is, what do I want to talk about next? I think the open loop I want to leave you with is how a last minute instruction from ClickFunnels made me have to switch my slides at 2 a.m. in the morning, which was insanity. Literally, it was just so crazy. And And so, yeah, it was just nuts. So here we are, feeling powerful about ourselves. We're about to show up to Nashville, which is really cool. But then tragedy strikes again at 2 a.m. the night before I'm about to speak. It gets crazy. But I think that's where we're going to leave off. But moral of the story is this. Thank you, Will Smith, for teaching me not to poison really cool experiences by choosing to be nervous. I think that's it. So we're leading up to the fainting on stage. It still gets confusing. Why is this girl fainting on stage? Don't worry, it actually happens. Okay, I'm going to post the video for Design Hacking Live. Check it out. It's one of the cooler videos we've ever made. Huge shout out to Paul. But mostly come hang out with us, designhackinglive.com. That's it for this live. You guys are amazing. I wasn't planning on going live tomorrow because it's Saturday, but I can't decide. This is a new show. I'll let you know. I'll keep it an open loop. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe I won't see you tomorrow. Either way, though, grateful for you. Bye.